In the southern winter of 2022, I sailed my 1989 Pacific Seacraft Creelock 34 named Sea Change from Panama to French Polynesia and on to Fiji. In episode 6, I sailed down the Lau or eastern group of limestone islands. Here I sailed back west from Ogea via the Moala Islands to Suva on Viti Levu and on to Vuda Point Marina on the west coast near Nandi. Well, it's Wednesday, the 28th of September, and I am trying to sail back from Ogea, which you can't even see back there, past Fulanga where I was before, to an island I can never remember the name of, Matuku or something like that, on the way back to, way to Vuda Marina. But I have yet again misjudged and got myself into a bit of a maramu. It's supposed to be blowing 20, it's actually blowing closer to 30, and breaking seas, and it's pretty crazy conditions. I'm down to triple reefed main as usual on the staysail, but even that is too much. So if this holds up until dark, I'll have to, like I did going out of French Polynesia, get the main down and just run with the staysail only, because it's just beating us up. We're doing 5 to 6 knots, which is much faster than we need to get to the island, and it's just putting a lot of strain on everything. Whoa, big slew. Yeah, this is all new waves, but pretty crazy. Alright, day, Wednesday 28th of September, the sun is going down, and it is so wild. I have, this one wants to break, not going to do it. It is crazy out here, blowing, I'd say steady 30. And so we have just the staysail left, mains down. We're avoiding this island over here before we get sea room for the night, which would be nice. Yeah, it's an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful scene, just a little wild and crazy. It's Thursday, the 29th of September, and I've had a pretty rough sail over from Ogea, Fuga, and I'm approaching, or actually have gone around the south side of this island called Matuku. It's a completely different kind of island. This is sort of like the Society Islands in French Polynesia, or the Marquesas. It's a volcanic island, not limestone, lifted up like the others that I've been in the Lau group. And in the caldera in the middle there is a passage where you can anchor. It's absolutely gorgeous, and there's a fantastic surf break here because we've had strong southerly winds. Look at the waves back there curling and coming in. If you're a hotshot surfer, it'd be a great place to be. Anyway, one night at least here, maybe 2, and then I go on to Matuku Island in the Moalas is volcanic, and the anchorage is in the caldera via an easy pass. And inside, 3 local guys came by with a gift of papayas and eggplants. It's Friday, the 30th of September, and I'm on my way from the island of Matuku, where I spent the night, and it's an absolutely gorgeous trade wind sailing day. I'm sitting in my favorite spot, leeward side facing backwards, and we have blue skies, puffy trade wind clouds, beautiful cobalt sea, 15 to 20 knots. I've got the jib out, staysail, triple reef main, doing 5 to 7 knots. Could easily do another knot if I put the full main out, but no need. And I was sitting here thinking, wow, it'd be cool to be filming this and have a fish strike, and bam, a fish struck. Unfortunately, I wasn't filming, but here it is, an absolute beauty. A yellow-tailed tuna, about 18 inches long, plenty of food for me for the next little while. It's a beautiful black medium-sized petrel or shearwater. Just happened to be flying by as I tossed the carcass over. And here it comes again. And I threw the guts out, and that reinforced its belief that I am the giver of all good things. Oops, there it lands again. Here comes my petrel again. Woo! What a gorgeous flyer. Little yellow feet, silvery bill with a black tip. Here it comes back again. Wow! It keeps checking me out. It's been with me for a while now, hoping for another handout after the carcass and the guts. Woo! Oh man, what a bird. I'm going to have to try that idea. It was a flesh-footed shearwater, as shown in this photo by Brian Gratwick on Wikipedia. Suva is a busy harbour with a yacht club that was full, so I anchored out instead, and then visited a local botanical garden, enjoyed a meal cooked by someone else, and shopped at the amazing fruit and vegetable market. Well, Saturday, 1st of October, I decided to come to Suva. It is the capital of Fiji after all. It's an industrial harbour, very busy, and actually there's the yacht club over there, but I'm anchored out in the bay, which is nice. Cool northerly breeze coming through, which is great. And here's all the different ships and boats, and rusty wrecks left behind. There's a sunken one right behind me here. And there's a whole bunch more sunken ones further along. Let me climb over here. And these look like old Chinese fishing boats here. A bunch of them. It's just rotting away. And there's the entrance that we came in. There's just a couple of other boats anchored here. Just two others, both French boats. Both going to that island, Benga, to do shark dives, which is what I'm going to do on Monday. But one of the attractions of coming to Suva was the most amazing fruit and veg market I have ever seen. It just went on forever, and it's hard to restrain myself. Look at these amazing mangoes, tons of bananas, of course, these tiny little sweet ones. Just, I mean, I didn't get all the vegetables, they were incredible. And look at this, guavas. And of course, I still have papayas from the other day from Matuku Island. Well, Sunday, 2nd of October, we're sailing out of Suva. Came from, can you see it, the yacht club way up there. Here's the whole harbour of Suva, including a couple of high-rise apartment buildings, building more. Looks like a ferry or little cruise ship that's not used anymore. And a couple of unhappy wrecks on the reef here. Boy, there's wrecks all over the place. And then here's the entrance to Suva Bay. And on the reef on the other side here, come on, let's get away. Oh, it's awfully small. Every now and again there's a really nice wave comes through. And in the background there is an island called Benga, B-E-G-A. And I probably won't go there this time. I am headed down the coast here to a place called Pacific Harbour, which is just a river mouth, and hopefully going to do an interesting dive there. This guy might be about to catch a wave. Oh no, he missed it. Oh, ooh, bummer, dude. Well, here's another one. Come on, get back out, get back out. Ah, no, it's gonna break. What a frustrating business surfing is. Pacific Harbour is a tiny private marina on a river mouth, and I arrived in the middle of a squall, negotiated the shallow entrance, and appealed for mercy to be allowed to tie up there. The next day I did a shark dive. Search YouTube for Fiji shark dive if you want to see what that is like. That night I anchored off the nearby island of Yanuka with a lovely beach, and after a gorgeous dawn headed further along the southern shore of the main island of Viti Levu. It's Tuesday the 4th of October, and we're on a long motor today, coming all the way from an island near Suva all the way across here towards Nandi. We're not quite going to make it to Nandi. We're sailing, motor sailing, right along the edge of the reef here. And there's a nice southerly swell coming through, which generates huge waves breaking on the reef here, sometimes like thunder. There's no big ones right here right now, but you can see them back there. Very cool. Certainly would not want to get caught in that. Be pounded to pieces in no time. Anyway, we have a lot more to go. The reef goes on and on, another 5-6 miles, and then we duck inside and there's a bay to anchor. We've been motor sailing most of the day, staysail and jib, full mainsail. Very nice and pleasant after the thunderstorms were all done. But we have motored the entire day. It'll be a total of 14-15 hours of motoring, left at 3 a.m. this morning. My last anchorage for the season was in Momi Bay, just inside the fringing reef on the southwest corner of Viti Levu, a very muddy bay. One last day of motoring and later fast sailing brought me to Vuda Point Marina, where I prepared to leave Sea Change in the water in their Cyclone circle, rather than pay for a more expensive Cyclone pit on the hard like these boats. Well, it's Thursday, September 6th. Here is Ian, and he has an amazing big wooden boat, good old-time gaff rig, and he has his boat secured spectacularly. Look at these chains all the way to these dead men here, and then massive nylon ties, and I'm gonna have to do something similar with my boat. And here's a steel boat. This one's already been left. Do you think this has been here for a while? It looks like it, hey?
Yeah, the other owners apparently like 3 years or something.
And this is all the lines they have. Wow.
That's kind of nuts, yeah.
Yeah, that's scary. And
someone's paid to fix it up better or something.
I hope so. And then this boat, believe it or not, is Springfield, Illinois. This is Michael's boat, Lyra Beck. Met them in Matuku Bay. And here, of course, is Sea Change. I'm working on getting the sails down. We're going to take the rigging down and put the stay locks on. And maybe have a sailmaker look at the main and see if there's any hope for it. And I got the dinghy in the water because I need to run the outboards to get the gas out of them. But you can see there's the regular ties here, but that's not enough. I got these dead men up here, and I need to put chain across the walkway so there's no chafing on it. And here's my neighbor, which is a massive catamaran that looks like it's been here forever and does not have a lot of good lines. So I hope that they put all that chain on the back there out at some point. I mean, look at the leaves, and they left their sail on the boat. Unbelievable. And here's a classic old boat, goodness me. And right next to it, a spectacular, brand new, fancy boat with, get this, electric roller furlers on the jib and the staysail. How cool is that? Yet another monster catamaran, and so it goes, on and on. Boat after boat in this massive circle, and all connected to that red buoy, well, not to the buoy, to the massive ring underneath that holds them all. Use the anchor chain to tie them all to that in case a cyclone comes through. And I'll just keep walking here for a little bit, then going around to the office, which is on the other side by the restaurant over there. And I just thought you might like to see a couple more lovely old boats. Here's another beauty, very similar to mine, except it has the bowsprit. And actually there's a Pacific Seacraft 37 just along here. I'll just go far enough so we can see it. Of course, there's the big brother of mine. Look at this beauty. Wow. What a monster boat. Here's an old school boat. I met these guys. Charlie, very nice guy. And these guys are all set up for this med mooring. They've got this ladder off the back. And here's the 37 Spotfire out of Oakland, California. I haven't met them yet, but this is the original Bill Crelock design. And you can see the similarity to my boat, basically just a scaled down version of this boat. Very cool, very nice, very clean, very well looked after. And all right, there's the rest of the circle, and then way in the back you see a bunch of masts. Those are boats that are on the hard and Cyclone pits, or there's a whole new bay being built over there. And the Leopard 48 catamaran Wild Tribe that we rafted up with for the Panama Canal was here, sold for $500,000, a real bargain. I spent a week preparing sea change for a 6-month stay here, including replacing all of the lower swages in the standing rigging with long stud stay locks. And here she is, ready for cyclone season, and the Google Maps satellite image of the marina now shows her location. Next season, I hope to sail back upwind via Minerva Reef to Tonga before returning to Fiji to explore the western parts, especially the Yasawa Islands, and then on to New Caledonia, Vanuatu, and the eastern coast of Australia.